Here I am alive after 13 months. It's longer than my prognosis, and feeling fantastic.
I don't think I'd be alive today if it hadn't been for Tower.
Tower is what gave me the security to have a beautiful life.
Patients turn to Tower Cancer Research Foundation because it offers the best in innovative research, clinical trials, compassionate patient support, and education. A national leader in first-in-human trial testing for cancer and blood disorders, Tower gives patients the most promising new agents and methodologies available today, while always treating them with dignity, empathy, respect, and kindness.
We started as a small group founded by doctors who really wanted to be able to keep their patients close by, patients that needed to be on clinical trials where they could maybe benefit from cutting-edge science and the newest, most experimental drugs. We care about the healing inside, outside, and for the family.
I wish that all of our patients get better. I wish that those patients who can't get better don't suffer. It's so important to us. It's full-time. It's 24/7, 365.
I assumed that if it was cancer, it would be early stages. It went from my prostate into my bones. I mean, I was just blown away. And I said, well, what stage is it? Oh, stage 4. And I said, well, what should I do? The general practitioner said, go out and party, have a good time. It wasn't an adequate answer for me.
The MRI showed 2 tumors on my left lower lung and a pleural effusion, which is a bad thing. I went into a fury of calling everyone I knew, friends who had had cancer, doctors that I knew. All roads pointed to Tower.
Then I met Dr. Hamburg. He said, yes, it is terminal. There's no cure for your cancer, but it's manageable. Who knows how long you'll live? It was a huge, huge relief. We did hormone treatment, and the treatment was successful for the first year. And then the hormone treatment quit working. I started doing chemo. I realized I was kind of circling the drain with the chemo. So Dr. Hamburg said, well, we need to get you on a test drug. Regardless of what the odds are, I wanted to, try it and to see if it would work for me.
Through the Frank E. Rosenfeld Drug Development Program, clinical trials offer some Tower patients the opportunity to access revolutionary treatment options.
We've participated in over 400 clinical trials with 300 patients onto clinical trials. We've raised over $10 million, and about 8 or 9 of the drugs that we've studied have been approved by the FDA.
We're being offered trials that some of the major institutions in the country are being offered. And they're coming to us because they know the quality of what we offer.
These leading institutions include City of Hope, Harvard, Stanford, and Johns Hopkins.
We can't move forward without doing these clinical trials. There's no way to find the next better drug without doing these studies.
Every day I just swallow 4 pills. The results have been very, very, very amazing. I no longer use the cane. I work out at the gym, my energy level, everything. I feel very fortunate, very blessed.
The patients that we see, the feeling of the staff, the feeling of the doctors are all intertwined. It's a great place to come and be cared for.
When I walked in here, I was terrified. And by the time I began treatments a week or 2 later, there was no terror left. I heard that David Hoffman was perfect for me.
I love you very much, and I thank you.
He said, the best thing I can do for you now is chemo, and with hope there's a clinical trial for you right now. We started the chemo with the clinical trial the next week. The gentleness, the kindness, the warmth, the people showing up in your chemo chair with treats, a basket of treats, people always stopping to talk and ask if you need anything.
The one-on-one encouragement offered by Tower's Bosom Buddies and the Ronnie Lippin Cancer Information and Resource Line are critical to treating the whole patient, body and spirit.
I had 5 chemo treatments and clinical trials. The tumor shrank about 20%. Tower keeps me secure and taken care of and without any worry about what's going to be. It's not very often that you meet your intended, the love of your life. I'd been dating Joe for 5 years. Before we knew that it was cancer, but we knew something bad was happening, he wanted to take care of me during this and asked me to marry him. We got married after 4 chemo clinical trial treatments with all of our children and families. I danced till midnight. It was the most wonderful day. We had told all our friends, no gifts, no gifts, no gifts, but if you insist, please send a donation to Tower. And that's where we registered.
Only 1/3 of our funds come from the pharmaceutical companies. The rest is through donations. We can't continue to advance, to move forward without significant amount of donations.
As a 2-time cancer survivor and a patient myself, I just know that Tower Cancer Research Foundation are some of the finest physicians, nurses, and staff anywhere. It's something to fight for.
Hope, healing, and humanity. Those are the 3 words. Hope, because we hope that these new clinical trials can help people. Healing, because we can make them better. And finally, humanity, where people know that they're cared for.
I had so much to fight for. I definitely feel lucky being able to go back to my life.
You want to be connected with an organization that makes me feel I have a chance.
The Tower Cancer Research Foundation made a huge difference in my life, and hopefully in the future it will make a great difference in many people's lives.
What's wonderful about Tower is these little victories are ultimately leading to cures.
They give me the gift of life, the gift of being able to enjoy life, not to worry. Just go out there and be who you want to be, and that's a wonderful gift.
I would call this life a state of grace. I feel like I wake up in the morning so happy to be alive. I'm clearly the luckiest woman in the world.